those that cannot make it
Recording started.
can join here. So, all right. So a couple things. How are you guys doing first? Are you guys completely through the class or pretty close? I'm going to be zeroing out uh, for everybody on Monday. Yeah, ready for summer. I agree, man. I'm ready for it to come for sure. All right. Well, let me just kind of tell you, today we're going to be talking about Europe, okay? So we've gone through like an introduction to what geography is. We've gone through North America, Central America, South America, and now we're on to Europe. This is the last unit. I've done a couple things because, where is it at? Oh, I thought I was going to give you a breakdown of what. Oh, maybe that was on my other slide. Okay, let me share my my screen with you real quick. Actually, it's going to share that other side. Oh, I hate when it does that. Oh, it's sharing the one I don't want it to share. Okay. Well, scratch that. So basically, you only have quizzes 13 you need to do. So have you guys done the topic, the geography paper yet? Okay, that's something you'll want to do. Just turn it in. I'm working on grading those right now. But just so you know, I did exempt you guys from quiz 14 and quiz 15, just because they're giving us a shorter amount of time this block. Oh, did the geography paper didn't say it is exempt, did it? Or just 14 and 15? Okay. Yeah, I'll look into it. But yeah, so as long as you get everything done that says that you need to get done, then you're all good to go. Okay, and then you'll know what grade you have, that kind of stuff. So as long as you're kind of caught up there. But yeah, this is kind of our last unit. I will throw out a flipped class on Friday, but this will also be our last live class that we have. So that means summer is really near, really, really near. So I can't believe how fast this year's gone. It's been crazy. Yeah, awesome. All right, okay, so we're going to talk a little bit real quick about where actually Europe is located. So if you look over here, let me do my little pointer tool thing. So basically, if you look at the world in the center view, it is right off the Atlantic Ocean. So we're kind of over here, and you'd have to kind of come around and get there, and then you have Europe that's right there. So you have Africa below it, Asia to the east, and then the Atlantic Ocean over here, and then you get to the Americas where we live. So you can kind of see right here, one of the things they call Europe is they call it the land of many peninsulas. So do you guys know what a peninsula is? What's a peninsula? That's something that they usually teach you fairly young for geography or social studies. A peninsula. Doesn't look like we have any thoughts. Oh, okay. Cool, yeah. What do you got for me? Don't know. Okay. So what it is, it's a land form that's covered on three sides by water. Okay? So as you can kind of see right here, if I look at my little pointer, they have water on three sides of it. And there's a lot of peninsulas as you kind of get into Europe. Okay, let's do a little poll question right here. We'll do the A, B, C, or D. Okay, so let's look at the map. You're going to have to look at this key over here, right? So they have the different colors in regards to where it is located, okay? So it says, according to the map, what region is the United Kingdom in? Is it A, Western Europe, B, Northern Europe, C, Eastern Europe, or D, Southern Europe, okay? So why don't you Put right there. Okay, let's see if we can get anybody else to answer. Come on, you gotta be out there. Okay. Alright. So, if you look at the map, actually, the United Kingdom is actually these islands right out here, okay? So if you see these islands, and then you see the color associated with these islands, it would be what? You want to change your answer at all? Maybe. Alright, good, good. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it would be, according to this map, as we're kind of reading this map key, it would be Northern Europe. Alright, okay, so we're going to talk a little bit more about Europe real quick. And what we're going to do is, Europe to me and to a lot of people, that's why people say, hey, I'm going to go backpack through Europe, that kind of stuff. It's just kind of fascinating. There's so much old history, beautiful areas. You can see up here on these pictures, you have I think they call it like cobblestone fences with rocks because they don't have a lot of trees over there because they've used all the lumber. Very, very green areas, kind of like, let's say, Washington State or the Oregon coast. You have areas that are up there like Alaska, like up in Norway, that kind of thing, have like Alaskan like climate. Then you also have areas that are like Florida, the Mediterranean climate zone. And then you also have the ancient cities like Paris and London, those kind of things. So we're going to go through just a quick little tour of these different areas and kind of describe to you what it's kind of like there, and hopefully give you the little travel bug to want to go out and see these areas for yourself. So the first one is Paris, okay? All right, the picture on the bottom left, this is kind of like an iconic building. Can anybody tell me what this is? It's a certain tower. It's supposed to be, Paris is supposed to be a romantic city, right? The Eiffel Tower, awesome. You even spelled it right, dude. Awesome. Yeah, so you have the Eiffel Tower here. You know, cool place. It says it's kind of a romantic city, apparently. Also, you have this, I don't know if you've seen this before. It's based in a lot of movies. I don't know if you've seen, like, some of, like, the National Treasure ones, Da Vinci Code, that kind of stuff. There was another one that was, like, The Day After Tomorrow or something. But anyways, this is the Louvre. So it's actually a museum, but it's known for the pyramid that kind of comes up there. It's where they house a lot of the old Renaissance paintings, like the Mona Lisa, those kind of things in there. So, and then you also have the streets are just covered with ancient artifacts. Like you have the I can't remember the arches of, I can't remember what it's called. I should be better about that. But really cool area to visit. Paris would be one of those ones you want to put on your bucket list. As well as this one, Rome, okay? So Rome, can anybody tell me what country Rome is in? Rome what? Italy, awesome, okay? Known for their Italian, you know, meals, as we think of maybe spaghetti or pizza, you know. Anyways, so they have different things in there. The Roman Empire, the height of the Roman Empire, you had, does anybody know what this building is right here? It's kind of decayed a little bit, but this is where they had a lot of fighting in. They used to throw people in with lions and have them fight. Doesn't sound like too much fun. And they'd fight each other. So it's called the Colosseum, okay? It's where the gladiators used to fight. And they used to, you know, most fight to the death there. Also, you have in Italy, there's actually it's actually its own country, but it's called Vatican City. Okay, and in Vatican City, you have like the Sistine Chapel, and it's the head of where the Catholic Church is. So that's where the Pope resides, and where they have all of those different buildings. If you notice in the news, I believe it was Notre Dame actually caught on fire not too long ago. And so that was something that was big in the news, and that happened in the Italy, well, Rome area, Vatican City area. So all that kind of history just kind of went down with it, with the fire. Another big one, you may know, London. So London, you have some really dang. Okay, so in London, what country is London in? London what? I know you've heard of these before. London, England. Good. Thank you, Sean, for being so good today and answering the questions with our small group here. So I'm sure you guys have everybody heard the song London Bridges, right? So London Bridges falling down, right? Well, if you think about it, it takes the story of what they used to call of Mary. They used to call her Bloody Mary because she was killing all those that belonged to the Church of England. It's talking about locking up her sister, right? Actually. So it's kind of interesting because they had a fight over which religion that England should kind of be over. So Anglican versus Catholicism. Also, you have Big Ben, as you kind of see in this picture, the famous Ferris wheel, and then you have the famous church, or it's not a cathedral, it's an Anglican Church of England chapel. This is where you see what's the latest marriage? It was Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, right? They all got married in this Anglican church there. So a lot of history that goes in behind that and why they do things. The next one is Berlin, okay? So what country is Berlin in? Berlin what? Okay, Germany. Think about this, okay? So today the city's very, very modern, okay? But back after World War II, if you remember, you had the Nazis facing the Allies, the U.S. and its allies. And what they did is after they conquered it, they split Berlin in half, and it became East and West Berlin. And it actually just kind of subdivided all of Europe. And so everything west of Europe became capitalist, okay? It was the United States and the allies like Great Britain and the other ones, France, that made these cities and made them nice and great. But the other side, there was this Berlin Wall that was created by the communists, okay? And everybody on the east was under communist rule. So communist rule is very, basically you're told exactly what job you have and the government owns everything and you're just given rations. It's really hard, but they were not prospering at all. People were starving, going hungry, and the people just didn't have their rights. And so the Berlin Wall got torn down in the 80s, 1989. And so this is a picture before the Berlin Wall was torn down. And so that's something that's big that's happened in modern history here. So I just kind of told you this, so let's see how good you are. Poll question real quick. Okay, what year was the Berlin Wall torn down? Was it A, 1965, B, 1945, or D, 2001? And I just told you, right? So hopefully you were listening. Okay, remember? I was born in the 80s, 1980 something, and that's the same time the Berlin Wall. Good, awesome, okay? Yep, so 1989 is when that was torn down there. Okay, the next one, last one I was talk about ancient Greece, okay? More Athens is what we'll kind of talk about, but it's very interesting Greek culture. You have the Greek mythology with the different gods that they had, like Zeus and Hades, and all of those different mythical gods that they believed in. and they had their temples that they worshiped there. They also had a very civilized society, okay? Oh, and going back to like the multiple gods, like they believed in what's called polytheism, which means belief in many gods. And then also they were the first ones to have some type of form of republic or democracy, where the people actually voted for representatives to represent them from their little townships. And so everybody kind of had a say, and there was not one ruler. There wasn't what's called feudal lords like there were back like in Prussia or England, the United Kingdom, where you had a king, his knights, and then the peasants that are underneath there. So there wasn't kind of a hierarchical system, a little bit less though in Greece. I mean, you still had those that were very educated that kind of ruled everything. But they also, one of the things that they did is the first ones to start the Olympics. Okay, so some of the track and field events, wrestling, those kind of things became common practice because of the Greeks there. So let's do another poll question real quick. I'm going to have to clear out your things. Okay, what is true about ancient Greece? They were polytheistic. B, the Olympics was started in ancient Greece. C, the first republican form of government started in ancient Greece. Okay, or D, all of these are true. Okay. So remember, like, what does polytheistic mean, right? Polytheistic means they believe in many gods. And do they believe in many gods? Yes, right? Zeus, Hades, Athenians, Poseidon, right? Those different ones. Yep, very good. So, yep, you're correct. It is D. D is the correct answer there. Okay, that leads us to the very end, where you have a nice little Google survey. Let me get that for you. I gotta remember where I hit it though. The geography. Okay, I'm gonna pull that up real quick so I can get the actual link, and I'll send that out to you. And wow, guys, you guys are done with my last live class. So I appreciate you guys coming and being diligent and coming. And be able to do it there. So let me put this in the chat, and then after you do that, you can take off. So once again, appreciate your time, and we'll see you later. I'll stick around for any questions.